Hi everyone and welcome back to the B Show. Today we'll be talking about my Halloween movie tribute TikToks, number 11 to 31. So here we go. Okay, rolling in next we got Shaun of the Dead. Such a great movie, so funny. This was not my original plan. I was going to do the original Night of the Living Dead, George A. Romero. But looking at the scenes, it was too tricky to reenact and I needed a lot of people. But I still wanted to do zombies, so then I looked at 28 Days and Weeks Later and it was just too bloody. I thought it would get removed, so I ended up going with Shaun of the Dead. I went with one of my favorite scenes from the movie, which is the record throwing scene. I had so much fun playing these characters, particularly Nick Frost. I also got to use the bloody Carrie dress again for the zombie in the scene. Anyway, this one's just a bit of fun. Enjoy. It's Shaun of the Dead.
Come on, we can take him. The man said to stay indoors. Fuck the man! Look, as long as they're out there and we're in here, we're safe. Hey! Go for the head. Well, now what? We'll have to get more stuff. Oh. No, that's the second up I ever bought. No! Purple Rain. No. Sign of the Times. Definitely not. The Batman soundtrack. Throw it. Okay. Oh, Dire Straits. Throw it. Oh, Stone Roses. No. Second Coming. I like it. Sade. That's Liz's. Yeah, but she did dump you. Oh.
Okay, so next up is The Craft. Now, this was not my original choice for my witch tribute. My options were The Craft, Witches of Eastwick, which is what I wanted to do, or The Witches with Angelica Houston. The Witches, I would have wanted to do the scene where she peels her face off and she's the ugly witch character underneath, but I didn't know how to do that and I would have needed better makeup skills than I have. So I was gonna do Witches of Eastwick, and then I looked at the scene with the snakes in the bed, and it was just too complicated. I don't even have one fake snake. I would have needed multiple. So I was gonna do the voodoo scene at the end. Right up until the day that I was gonna record it, I had intended to do the voodoo scene. I even looked up a Play-Doh recipe to make a fake doll. But rewatching the scene, it was very hard to edit into a minute and still have it make sense. And it would have been really messy. I would have needed to have blown feathers all over the place, pretended I was puking cherries. So I decided against it and I went with The Craft. I ended up doing the light as a feather, stiff as a board scene, and I was really nervous about it because that floating effect was going to make or break the TikTok. And I wasn't sure how to do it. I thought long and hard about it, and then it seemed kind of obvious once I figured it out. I put the green screen behind me and a bench in front of that, which I covered in another green screen. And I just simply laid there, and then I got my roommate to hold my camera where I'm at the top, bottom of the frame, and she just moved the camera down so I would move up in the frame. And then when I got rid of the green screen, it would just look like I'm floating. What was actually trickier was all the other girls lifting her, because I wanted to be at the same time as the float. So I choreographed that. I made sure I was at certain points of my body, like by the first, light as a feather, stiff as a board, be at your chest. Light as a feather, stiff as a board, be at your shoulders, kind of thing. But the scary thing about doing effects like that is you don't know if it's going to work or not until editing. Fortunately, it did turn out. I'm happy with the result. The picture I found for the bedroom in the background I think looks great. I had fun playing the characters. I love the Fairuza Balk look. So, here is The Craft.
You guys ever play that game? Light as a feather, stiff as a board?
No.
Okay. Now you take your index finger and your middle finger and you put it under her like this. Now you have to imagine that she's incredibly light, like she's made out of air.
Now, is that her whole body or just her head?
Cow.
I think I sprained my finger.
Shut up!
Focus! on, you guys. Come on, ready? Light as a feather, stiff as a board. 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 Light as a feather, stiff as a board.
Guys, it's not working.
Shut up or you're gonna fall.
How do I get down? Shh.
I got clean towels for everyone. What's going on in here?
Nothing. Why?
Are you girls getting hot?
No, Mom.
Next on the list is The Ring. This was another one that turned out better than it was in my head. I knew I wanted to do the crawl out of the TV moment, and I knew it was going to be tricky. So for the first shot where he is watching the TV and she is coming out of the well, I just filmed my TV screen off. I took a screenshot of the well from the movie and I layered that on top of my TV. Then I did the same thing I did with The Craft, took a green screen and then covered the bench with another green screen, and I hid behind the bench and peeked up from behind and I crawled onto the bench like I was crawling out of the well. Then for crawling out of the TV, I originally was going to try to do it coming forward using that same technique with the bench. But then when rewatching the scene, there's a shot of her coming out of the TV from the side. And what's cool about that shot is you can see behind the TV, so you know the actor isn't just hiding behind the TV and crawling forward. That was actually pretty easy to recreate. I just filmed the shot of rolling around the TV and then held it. And then I set up a shot of the camera just filming green screen, and I crawled as creepily as I could from out of frame into frame. And then when I added that layer on top, I put the side of the layer right against the TV. So when I'm crawling into the frame, it would look like I was coming out of the TV. And I thought it turned out great. The movement of it, the reactions of the guy, I was happy with everything. Yeah, here's The Ring.
Pick up the phone, Noah.
Next is Hocus Pocus. Now, I knew I wanted to do I Put a Spell on You because it's my favorite part in the whole movie. And it matches up with the movie dance scenes that I do. It took me roughly around 7 hours. I had 9 different characters to play, 9 costumes to figure out, and ultimately I didn't finish. I got it to a point where it is good enough, and I'm happy with it. It's still a lot of fun. But I had done the work and filmed some things that didn't get included. For example, the mom and dad dressed as Madonna and a vampire who are not in it, but were filmed. Also, I was originally going to end it with the 3 witches walking, going, rah, 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 you know? But I gave up on that too. By hour 7, I was just like, whatever, good enough. So I do kind of have an unsatisfied, incomplete feeling associated with this one. Ultimately, though, like I said, it is still a lot of fun. So here is as far as I got with Hocus Pocus. Enjoy.
My name's Winifred. What's yours? I put a spell on you, and now you're gone. My twenty fell on you, and it was strong. So strong, so strong. Your wretched little life have all been cursed 'cause of all the witches working, and the worst I put a spell on you, and now you're mine. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
almost there. Next up we have Scream. I did this one in 2 parts. The opening is so epic, I found a way to condense it into 2 minutes. So I ended up making a 2-parter. The unfortunate thing is part 2 got removed. Now, it didn't get removed like my other knife videos. Now, here's the thing. I do have a knife in part 2, but I didn't use it in a threatening way. She grabs it as protection and is holding it, hiding, and the minute she sees him, she screams and drops it. But the weird thing is it didn't get removed the way the other ones did, where it didn't even show a single person. It told me it was removed before it even released it. This one sat there for about an hour or 2 before it got released, and I was like, oh, it's getting removed, oh no. And then it got put up, and it was up for a day or 2, and then it got taken down. So I think someone reported it. I could have appealed like I did with the Beetlejuice video, and I won, and it got reinstated. But I figured if it was someone complaining about it, it was scary. But I did know that it was a scary TikTok that I had made, and I figured it would maybe get reported again by someone if it already had once, so I just removed it to be safe. I'm not trying to break any rules, I'm actually trying to follow them. I did post a YouTube video here with just part 1 and 2 together with a beginning and ending title, and I'll show you that little clip again here right now. So this is the full Scream, part 1 and 2, uncensored, just for you. Enjoy.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
Who is this?
Who are you trying to reach?
What number is this?
What number are you trying to reach?
I don't know.
Well, I think you have the wrong number.
You never told me your name.
Why do you want to know my name?
I want to know who I'm looking at.
What did you say?
I want to know who I'm talking to.
That's not what you said.
What do you think I said? Don't hang up on me.
Listen, asshole!
No, you listen, you little bitch. You hang up on me again, I'll gut you like a fish, understand? Can you handle that? Blondie. Can you see me? What door am I at?
Don't do this, I can't, I won't.
Your call. Jesus.
Casey! Casey! Where is she?
Drive down to the Mackenzies.
No, my daughter.
Let's go.
Alright, next is Rocky Horror Picture Show. I was iffy about this one. I knew my costume was okay for Frankenfurter, and I don't know how to do makeup at all, particularly real women's or drag kind of makeup, contouring and the like. So my roommate thankfully took the time and effort to do the makeup for me. Like some of the other ones, this turned out way better than it was in my head. I could not believe how much I looked like Tim Curry from the movie, which is amazing because he is my acting idol. I was like, I do it. This has the best like to view ratio out of any of my Halloween videos, so I think it's a hit. TikTok, of course, didn't show people, but I just had Scream removed, so I was predicting a shadow ban. Anyway, here is Sweet Transvestite from Rocky Horror.
Stay for the night, or maybe a bite. I could show you my favorite obsession. I've been making a man with blonde hair and a tan, and he's good for a living man. Attention, I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania.
Hey, I'm just a sweet transvestite
From transsexual Transylvania. So, come up to the lab and see what's on the slab. I see you shiver with anticipation.
All right, TikTok number 27 is A Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy is my favorite horror icon. I was obsessed with Freddy as a kid. I loved the first and third movie. I've seen them multiple times. I knew I had to pay tribute to the original because where would any of the sequels be without the original? Anyway, I had a Freddy glove, but I didn't have the sweater or a Freddy mask. Or even the proper hat. I had a hat that was the same color, but it was a cowboy hat. But that was okay, because I knew I was doing a lot of close-ups and Freddy in the shadows for the scene that I had chosen. So I decided to attempt face paint again. I was scared for this one too, because unlike Insidious, where I just had to paint my face red and do some black stripes, this was burn marks. I needed to look like my skin was burned to a crisp. So I ended up going live and getting some tips from some followers, and they helped me a lot. It's not perfect. You can definitely see the makeup and the fake scars that I have on, but overall the vibe is there, and I'm happy with my Elm Street tribute. I just wish I had a Freddy mask. Next time. Here's Freddy.
Fire and dews of blood, disasters in the sun and the moist air. Upon his influence, Neptune's empire stands.
Oh God, I could be bound to in a nutshell and call myself a king of infinite space. Were it not that I have bad dreams.
Who are you?
Get Come to Freddy.
I'll call your mother.
Okay, this next one is Ghostbusters. I went live for this one too, and I got a lot of great tips from people. We got the idea to add the eyebrows onto the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and to print out the logo and name tags for the Ghostbusters uniform that I was wearing. I like this one. This one was fun. I had bought this Stay Puft Marshmallow Man stuffed toy months before. As soon as I saw it, it was one of those, I'm gonna use that for TikTok. Plus, cool. So it was fun to use that. There will be more Ghostbusters in the future. I had a lot of fun with the lasers coming out of the guns, the explosions at the end. Yeah, overall I feel like the quality stepped up another little notch with this one. Plus, great movie, great actors, great lines. It was a blast. Here's Ghostbusters.
Choose the form of the Destructor.
Empty your hands, don't think of anything.
The Traveler has come.
Did you choose anything? No.
Mine is totally blank.
I didn't choose anything. I couldn't help it. It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Mother puss bucket. One, two, three, go!
I have a radical idea. We'll cross the streams. There's definitely a very slim chance we'll survive.
I love this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it. Let's do it. See you on the other side, Ray. Nice working with you, Dr. Venkman.
Next is The Exorcist. Now, I knew this one would just have a very serious tone, and I knew it would be tricky because there's a lot of things I can't show. A lot of blasphemy, a lot of very graphic content. Essentially, I knew this one would be more for The Exorcist fans than anyone else. Personally, The Exorcist is my favorite horror movie. Even though the effects are outdated now, and it's been imitated to death, the acting and the directing still holds today and is outstanding. The edit was hard. I had to go through the whole exorcism scene to try and get parts that were usable. But ultimately, I feel like it tells the story and makes sense, and I got the levitation, the headspin, and the puke in there. For the puke, I used pea soup, tribute to the original. I regretted the decision as soon as I used it. I had my roommate throw it in my face for one shot, then I just had to have it sitting in my mouth and spit it out for the other shots. I didn't do very many takes of those, as you can understand. My room was a mess and stunk like ham and pea soup for a day or two. Tip of the day: if you're gonna have someone throw pea soup in your face, don't get ham in it. Anyway, my favorite horror movie. I had a lot of fun doing it. It's got a creepy vibe, very serious tone, but the effects turned out pretty cool, and here it is.
This girl, it makes no sense. The point is to make us despair, to see ourselves as animal and ugly.
It's the power. It's the power of Christ. The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. By this sign of the Holy Cross of our Lord Jesus Christ, who lives and reigns with the Father and the Holy Spirit. Damien!
Your mother's in here with his card. Would you like to leave a message? I see that she gets it.
If that's true, then you must know my mother's maiden name. What is it? What is it?
Second last video, we have Beetlejuice again. Now, Beetlejuice, for those who don't know, is my favorite movie of all time, any genre. It's the movie that got me fascinated with movies and movie making. So I wanted to do my favorite scene from the movie, which is the seance at the end. But I had realized that I had done about 5 or 6 Beetlejuice TikToks by this point, and I hadn't included Beetlejuice at all. So I had to edit him in there somehow. I'm happy with the edit. I'm happy with the effects. I did this one live. There was a lot of green screen bodysuit. When the dress is rising, that's my hands in a green screen bodysuit underneath, and then when it floats up is me wearing the dress with my green screen bodysuit on. Same with the tux. Turned out great. This may be one of my favorite TikToks I've ever done. I'm biased towards Beetlejuice because I love it so much, but the effects, the green screen work, it all kind of came together, and I really like the result. Here it is.
The words, to the living, let now the dead come alive.
Barbara?
Rives asunder man's delight, our ghost, our corpse, and we rise to be.
Stop it! No.
The buried, dead, and slain rise again.
Where are you? Help them, please.
Sure, I can help.
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
It's showtime.
Last but not least, the final video of Fright Fest. We have Thriller. Okay, this one was tricky in a lot of ways. First of all, I had planned on filming it a lot earlier. I was watching a movie and I fell asleep. I woke up at 2 in the morning like, I still have to make Thriller. So it came out technically on November 1st at like 6 in the morning. I filmed it yesterday and my neck is still uber sore today. It was also tricky because it's a 13-minute scene. I was originally going to do it as 2 parts, but then I realized I could fit it all into a minute, or at least enough into a minute that would tell the full story. Plus it was 2 in the morning. So I only did the part 1, a 1-minute tribute. I'm happy with it. Like I was saying with the Backstreet Boys video, there is limited capacity in the frame I'm using, especially when I have people in the background. I can't do all the moves as full out as they are intended. I will try to figure out a way around that, but for now I can't. And I mean, I don't have the MJ style the way MJ does. Who does? But to come anywhere close, you would need to practice that for quite a while, not just for an hour at 2 in the morning. But still, I gave her. My neck is killing me. I had a lot of fun and I'm happy with the result, especially that it feels like a full story in a minute. Anyway, here's the final video of Fright Fest, Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Problem.
Alright, and that about wraps it up. Thank you for watching. I had a lot of fun making these videos. I had a lot of fun reenacting scenes from some of my favorite movies. I have now added being in a horror movie or TV show to my bucket list. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do want to see more of my stuff, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Like I said earlier, you can follow me on TikTok under @TheBShow. And feel free to check out some of my other stuff on this YouTube channel. Okay, thanks so much everyone. Have a great one. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time on The B Show. Bye.